Alright! Gaming in the 90s. Tubular, dude. Man, I tell you. Graphics ain't never gonna look better than they are right now. Look at it. It looks like real life. Because, you know, it's the 90s and everyone's on acid and... You know, this is how real life looks to us. Yeah.
Oh, come on, man. I'll quit with the jump button, man. Yeah. Whoa. Boy, I tell you what.
Boy, I can't wait for when virtual reality becomes an actual thing and I can play this game.
So what? Hey, you!
What? Me?
Yeah, you! Fat tub of grease. The frickin' couch. You think you can do this? You think this is easy? Look at you, couch potato. Sitting on there with your gamepad, thinking you're all cool. You can do this? Yeah, I'd like to see you try doing this. Every time you push a button, I'm jumping in the air like a maniac, grinding on things. I have feelings too, man. I haven't eaten in days. Yeah, I'd like to see you try this.
Damn.
Radical, dude.
VRified Games.
What's up, Lil? Yeah. And living there talking head. Coming to you live with Daigo.
Jet Set Radio!
VRified Games. How we doing, Daigo?
Hey Ed, how's it going?
Yeah, man, it's alright. It's alright. So, what's this now? What's with the retro? I feel like we're partying like it's 1999 up in this piece.
Ed, yeah, kinda, yeah. So, whew, okay, way back in the day, back in the Stone Age, 1999, Y2K just around the corner, everything's gonna be newt.
What?
Yeah. Man, that's when I had my Sega Dreamcast, Sega's last great console. And it was like every second title on this thing was like a tentpole title, something to live up to, something we'd never seen before. Fantastic console, the Dreamcast.
Yeah, ain't this a VR channel?
Well, yeah, I'm getting to that.
Alright.
Yeah, so as you can probably all tell, the nostalgia is very real here. Okay, this is something I never ever thought possible. And big thanks, like an unbelievable amount of thanks for Gamertag VR. Now, if you're in the VR community in any way, shape or form, you know who this guy is, okay? He needs no introduction, but big thanks to this guy. He has turned me on to VRCHAT.
Oh man, with all the squeaky voices and...
Yeah. So, but I gotta, this is why I gotta thank the guy, right? This is why I gotta thank him. I had no idea that things like this, like what you're seeing on screen right now, was even possible in VRCHAT. I had assumed that VRCHAT was just another kind of social application like Meta's Horizon Worlds or the now defunct Altspace VR, you know, something similar to Second Life or PlayStation Home back on PS3 back in the day. Just this kind of social kind of environment where you put on an avatar, meet up with people, that kind of thing. I thought it was purely a social thing.
Oh yeah, isn't it?
Well, it is, but it's more than that. I had no idea. There are actual recreations of fan favorite games from back in the day that have been reproduced as worlds in VRCHAT. So yes, there is that social aspect, and that's fine. But there's actual honest-to-God games that you can play that preserve the gameplay of these original games from back in the day. The level of care and detail that these, I can't even call them devs, these artists who develop these games have gone through to reproduce certain titles, to make their own games. It's mind-boggling. I had no idea. This is an entire world untapped by me. And thank you very much, Gamertag. Thank you for your videos kind of showcasing what's possible in VRCHAT. I had no idea. I love you to death, my man. You've opened up this whole new new can of worms for me.
Yeah, alright. So, you were talking about Dreamcast? Well, what's up? What's going on?
Yeah, okay, right. So going back to Dreamcast, the last great console that Sega ever created. They've been out of the console market now, they're purely software and arcades. But the last console they made was 128-bit Sega Dreamcast. Now this came out shortly after Sony's PlayStation, which was 32-bit, and Nintendo 64. While there was rumors and we knew that development of next generation consoles for 128-bit were coming in the form of PlayStation 2, in the form of Microsoft's Xbox, and Nintendo's GameCube, released a whole year before any of those was the Sega Dreamcast, the first 128-bit console. And this was an absolute powerhouse at the time. This was an amazing machine. Every title on there, well, not every title, but my god, every second title was something you'd never seen before, or it had improved on a gameplay type that you may have seen in tenfold. Like, you had things like Sonic Adventure, you had Shenmue, Resident Evil Code Veronica, the first 3D Resident Evil game, and so many original titles that even today are spoken of in reverence. Now, sadly, the console's downfall was how easy it was to actually pirate this thing. The Dreamcast could run backups, like, without modding the thing, it just ran it. It was unbelievable. That's what caused its downfall. Piracy. It was so easy to pirate the games. It was so easy to get these pirated games to run. You even had things like bootleg laser discs that could be running this thing. It was running things that it was never supposed to. And this eventually ended up killing it, sadly. And would prove to be Sega's demise in the console market. Now, not for software, but for hardware, sadly. And I will always say sadly because Sega was an absolute powerhouse back in the day. But coming back around to tentpole titles that are still spoken of with reverence today, one such title was Jet Set Radio. Now, Jet Set Radio is gloriously 90s. It is so 90s. It's right there with the flashy neon colors, the skater kind of lifestyle, fashion, everything. Like, it's gloriously 90s. It captures the zeitgeist perfectly of what it felt like to be a teen in the late 90s. You know, grunge had its day, the rave scene, the dance scene was starting to pick up, and you were right in the middle of that transition. You know, that was the late 90s. So, what is Jet Set Radio? Well, Jet Set Radio, of the title, is a pirate radio station that you're listening to, okay? And you are a skater punk, basically. Your entire purpose, okay, is to go around this city on your rollerblades spraying graffiti, okay? It doesn't get more 90s than that. But the gameplay is so cool. Like, you can grind on any kind of rails, any surface. You can wall run, wall jump. You know, you pick up spray cans, spray graffiti. You can do time trial style races. There's so many things going on in Jet Set Radio. Although the worlds were kind of compact, it had an open world kind of sensibility where you could tackle different tasks and different missions however you would prefer. Okay, there was no set linear path. Well, there was, story-wise, but in how you approach the gameplay. So that was basically it. It was a lot of fun to kind of build upon gameplay ideas that were previously seen in, say, like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, SSX snowboarding, that kind of how you maneuver your character, but you had a bit more freedom because you were on rollerblades. The whole grinding mechanic, moving along surfaces, that's definitely taken from those games. But it was wholly unique. It was wholly unique. There was nothing else like Jet Set Radio. And there hasn't really been anything like that since. Sure, there's been games that have borrowed elements like Splatoon, for instance, where you have to spray your color. Okay, that comes from the spray painting mechanic from Jet Set Radio. Anyway, so getting back around to VRCHAT and gamertag, showing me what was possible. Okay, this is an entire Jet Set Radio world that's here. Like, this developer, this artist, has reproduced this. Oh, you can tell the level of reverence that this developer had for the original game. It's unbelievable what he's managed to achieve here. The world fully realized from the Dreamcast. Like, I think these are the same textures and everything. It's amazing. The NPCs, vehicles, everything, art style, you name it. This is 100% a reproduction of Jet Set Radio in VR. Like, even look at my avatar, the animation. I'm actually skating. Yeah, I'm actually skating. And the animation looks exactly like it did in Jet Set Radio. This is unbelievable. But it's in VR. Like, yes, I've got 6 degrees of freedom head tracking, 6 degrees of freedom motion tracking. When I spray the graffiti, I'm actually spraying the graffiti. Unbelievable. You told me back in '99 I'd be playing Jet Set Radio in VR. Well, I would have believed you. I would have believed you because I was a big believer in VR in the 90s. Just took a little bit longer to get to actually experience this thing. Did I think I'd be playing the original Jet Set Radio in VR? No. I thought I'd be playing whatever, Jet Set Radio 5 or something in VR. Oh my god, this is literally a dream come true. For any fan of the Dreamcast, any fan of, God, it seems weird to say retro gaming for those because Like, it still feels like yesterday I was playing these things. But yeah, if you're a fan of retro gaming at all, my god, it's mind-blowing what you can do on VRCHAT. Like, there's a Ridge Racer world that reproduces Ridge Racer. There is Fatal Frame, where basically a section of Fatal Frame 2 has been reproduced. Gameplay and everything, jump scares, all of that. My mind is blown what can be done in VRCHAT, and I had no idea this was even possible. And of course you have the added bonus of, you know, going into these worlds with your friends, playing together. Unreal. Absolutely unreal. Now, I had slept on VRCHAT for so long, you know, because I had assumed it was just this another social application. Yeah, I tried it, you know, whatever. But I had no idea that there were actual full-on games in this thing that you could play. And not only that, but with your friends. You know, this is absolutely amazing. I would love to get on here with, you know, my friends from back 97, 98, 99 when we were playing Jet Set Radio. I'd love to get those guys into VR, show them, look, this is Jet Set Radio. You guys, come on. That's a dream come true. And I think that's only possible with VRCHAT right now. And I have slept on this thing for so long, and now I'm so far down this rabbit hole, man. I may as well be a cancerous tumor in this hole. This is unreal. So thank you, Mr. Gamertag VR, man. Made my day, bro.
So I guess we're gonna leave it there, you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any thoughts, queries, any critiques, put them down below. If indeed there are any games you'd like us to look at VRifying in the future, put those down below and we will presumably get back to you eventually. You can also follow us on TikTok for our adventures over there, which are basically condensed versions of what we do over here. And yeah, follow us on all social medias, all links will be in the descriptions, and yeah, looking forward to seeing you there also. Alright, VRified Games out.
3,